Closer Look, brought to you by Innovative Solutions. I'm your host, Isabella DeLima, and I am here with graduate soccer player Brooke Morrison. Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
So first, I want you to start us off with what got you playing soccer.
So I started from the time that I could walk. My parents put me into it because I wasn't too great with hand-eye coordination sports, so I kind of dabbled around with some other sports, but soccer is really what I was passionate about, kind of what stuck.
Nice. So unfortunately, you had some challenges in your soccer career. Can you dive into what those challenges were?
Yeah, so my junior year, I was playing at Young Harris College, and this was back when we were in the PBC, and we traveled down for our match, and my mom and my sister were coming to the game. I was excited, ready to see them and play for them, and in the first half I scored. I think I was just buzzing from that, and I was hungry. I wanted to score again, and I went 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and she came out and collided into my leg, and I broke my tibia and fibula, which was my kind of season-ending injury.
I'm so sorry to hear that. With that injury, what was the recovery process like?
So I had to have surgery 5 days after the injury, and they placed a metal rod down my tibia, which was held in by 2 screws in my ankle and a screw in my knee, and it took 13 months for the fracture to fully fuse over the rod. I had some issues with the screws, and they ended up having to be removed later. But it was a bizarre injury and not a common soccer injury, so it was kind of hard to gauge like how the recovery process was going to be and like what my timeline was going to look like. So that was definitely a struggle, mentally and physically, but my athletic trainers were awesome, and the support from my friends and family was great too, and everybody was ready to see me back on the field.
That's good to hear. So after your recovery, what was the deciding factor of getting you back on the field?
Honestly, I missed the game so much. Watching my teammates play, and not having that opportunity anymore and having it taken away from you like so suddenly, just made me miss it. And I feel like my faith was a big driving factor behind everything. I prayed about it a lot, and I was like, if this is meant to be and I recover in the way that I want to, then this will allow it to happen. So that was kind of my motivation behind it, and I feel like I wasn't satisfied with how things ended. I felt like I still wanted to continue and try and like see if my body would be able to do it and push myself in that way.
So what was the deciding factor on picking USC Aiken?
So a couple things went into it. I think first and foremost was the educational aspect. I liked that I could get my master's and also pair it with the GA position, and kind of build my resume up in that way and get the experience there. And I like this conference. I really enjoy playing in the Peach Belt. I know the teams well, and I think the competition's great, and I felt like it was somewhere after going on my visit that I could thrive and develop as an individual, as well as trying to come back from this injury and recover from that in the best way. And so on my visit, it was kind of a done deal after conversating with Adam, and just the whole experience was great, and I was excited to get back on the field and come here.
That's great. So what was it like getting back on the field post your injury and your recovery?
It was definitely difficult. It's been a long journey. So this month would have been 2 years since it happened, and trying to gauge where I was supposed to be at and like having secondary issues was really difficult. Lost a lot of muscle mass, and I've had some issues with like overcompensating on my good leg, and then I've had some like patella tendonitis and some ankle mobility related things. So it's definitely been trial and error, trying to see what works with my body, and honestly it kind of feels like I have a different leg from the hip down, but we're making it work. And honestly I think my comeback has been a good testimony for others, and I can kind of lead an example by that way.
So what are some team and individual goals that you want to meet before you graduate college?
Individually, I think I just want to continue to get stronger and really build back kind of what I've lost in the past 2 years and just build my confidence, continue to do that. I want to keep putting goals in the back of the net. I've got 4 this season, so I'm excited to, keep pushing and really help this team, create and dive into the potential that we have. Team-wise, we have a lot of new players, a lot of freshmen, and I definitely want to keep building the culture for them. Watching them play is a lot of fun, and I think that once we build them up and get them to a confident and comfortable place, this team can go very far.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Brooke, and thank you for tuning in on another episode of A Closer Look.